To start the card design, you want to go to the daily agenda, which is an eKadence announcement, and click here to view the template. This folder will appear, and depending on what type of illustration you have, if it's portrait or landscape, select the file you need. I'm going to go ahead and download the portrait. And it is opening in Adobe Photoshop. So as you can see, this is a professional greeting card template from uprinting.com. And we can zoom in. The gray area is trimmed, will be trimmed out. It is the bleed. And then this line right here is where the safe area, but this line right here is where the image will be cut. Center spine is where the card will be folded. So I want to go ahead and drop our final completed illustration. Just drag and drop it right in. And align it with the spine. I'm going to create a box on here just so I can see the outline. I'm going to make it the same color as my desktop. That is not working. Okay. And I'm going to move it underneath the design, but I want to give it a mask. So I'm going to select my rectangle marquee tool. What I'm trying to do is see what this image will look like after it's cropped. So this outline right here is the crop line. So I'm going to go ahead, create a marquee, invert it, Command I to invert it. I'm going to move it all the way up top, and I'm going to hide the guidelines. The keyboard shortcut to hide the guidelines is Command:. So you can kind of see if our cat is centered or not. I'm going to create another one. Okay, so that kind of shows us if the design is centered or not. I'm going to shift it over a little bit, right there. Okay, and now I can hide these because they were just guides, so I can see what my card would look like. I'm going to go ahead and move my art down in my layers window to underneath where it says your artwork here. As you see, there is a crop marks folder. If we zoom into the corner, you can see there are crop marks. We hide and unhide this folder. Those marks are where we will be cutting the card and folding. Okay, now we need to design a back cover. So what I usually do, I'm going to turn my guidelines back on. I select a solid color, and I'm just going to create a rectangle back here. And then double click on the icon, and then you can actually select colors. You can select colors from your actual illustration until you decide what color you want. I'm going to go for the pink. And next, I'm going to turn this back on, wrong one. That way I can kind of see my back cover. I'm going to hide my margins. And now on the back here, I want to add text. So I'm going to grab my text tool. Click and drag to create a margin where you're going to type inside of. And notice I'm lining it up with the edges of the back cover. It is justified by center. And if your character window isn't open, go to window character. That way you can see. Here you can change what type of font you want, color, size. I'm going to make the size 10 point. So top line, I'm going to do all caps, Mac the cat. And then I'm going to add the illustrator's name. And then move it down because I want it in the bottom. And if you have time, you can add a little logo here. Going to turn off this because that was just to see. So there we go. That is our final card design. I'm going to Command S to save. File, save as, or save a copy. Going to go to my project 1, illustrated card folder, JPEG, and I'm going to name it here. So again, P for period number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, underscore name, greeting card, and then the title. Over here, I'm going to select JPEG because I want it to be a JPEG file. I'm going to turn off US web coded. And then hit save. 12, great. Okay, then you can quit Photoshop Command Q. Let's go to our JPEG folder, and you can just double click to check it.